Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwanner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Jeff Seeley, President and CEO of Karooooo International. Welcome, Jeff.
Well, it's great to be back.
I want to know from what you're seeing is what do you see as the greatest challenge that the sales profession is facing today?
The real challenge, as you look out into the future for the sales professional, is how to develop business and how to continue to be a valued asset, not only to their customers, but to their own organizations. As you think about the economy, which we talked about yesterday, and how it's shrunk sales organizations, shrunk focus of organizations, what's happened is, to some degree, it's put the sales professional in a position to be devalued by their customer in terms of just being another vendor, just another supplier.
Commodity.
Exactly, and that's a word I hate, because when I talk to our customers or sales professionals around the world, I tell them they're not a commodity unless they're traded on some exchange somewhere in the world, whether it's a Chicago exchange, a Shanghai exchange, then you're a commodity. Other than that, the only time you really get into being a commodity is if you let yourself be commoditized. And how that happens is the sales professional isn't bringing value to the customer. And when the customer doesn't see value in the sales professional, then all they have left to compete on is price. So the new skill set, the new challenge is how do I differentiate myself from the competition, not only as a sales professional, but also as a business.
So how does that impact sales management?
Sales management has got to now really lead their teams towards that direction. And so what you do is you wind up having to coach a different set of skill sets. And a lot of times it's teach your sales professionals, how do you network? And as a sales leader, it also is, how do you help your person network? A lot of times we find in this world, there's books written on how you're going to go talk to the C-level person. Well, the reality is most sales professionals get in front of that person for the first time and it becomes a walking brochure. And that isn't ever going to get them back in that C-suite again. What you can do is use your sales leadership to kind of leverage you in there, bring them with you, and the two of you make a joint call, which helps create credibility for you as a sales professional. And then moving forward, you now have a relationship where you can bring value to a director of marketing or a VP of marketing or a VP of finance or even the CEO. And a lot of times salespeople don't really understand what is the value of that, both short-term and long-term.
So Jeff, help me think this through. When I think of this economy, where 70% of the buying decision is already made before a customer speaks to a salesperson, because they get the information through social media, online. So that's a problem for salespeople. Then think about the transformation that you have described earlier, where salespeople need to become trusted advisors and business consultants to the customer. That's a change. Then the old training that they have received is no longer valid. They need new training. So when you think about it, the sales organization is facing more problems today than ever before. And I don't mention the obsolete processes. I'm not going to mention the obsolete technologies that some companies have. So how do you lead sales leaders, you as Karooooo International, how do you lead them to the promised land?
The term I like to use with our customers a lot is intellectual curiosity. Yeah. Sales professionals going in the future have to really have a strong intellectual curiosity, not only about their customers markets, but things beyond their traditional roles. Sure. And for the traditional salesperson, again, it's going to be a lot tougher to make a living because you're going to be competing on a formula that has just not really got a long-term business strategy to it.
So we can boil this down into one sentence. If you're not curious, you're going to be furious because you're going to get fired.
Can I trademark that?
Absolutely.
Once again, if you're not curious, you're going to be furious. And for some people, from some sales professionals, the last 3 years has put them in flight mode. Right. They're just trying to figure out how to mark time to get through the next day. And there's a whole bunch of folks who are going to really transform their profession because they're going to fight. They want to be different. Right. They want to add value, and they get excited about it.
Thank you, Jeff. If you want to get more information on Jeff's company, go to karooooo.com.